still has the starters out there. Ball fake and a dunk! Shot is in by Radillo. Oh my goodness! That really escalated quickly. 23-14. I got 7 points for Kerschel here unofficially as we've got 2 on the clock. Lomax from 32 hits it! Step back! Oh my goodness, Miranda Lomax! See what he comes back with here on 0-2. Curveball, strike 3 as Brewer gets his first strikeout.
Chloe Yorty throwing it in towards Chapin. Chapin all alone, puts it down, now passes it off. This is Anderson with the right foot, and Anderson finds the back of the net, just underneath the crossbar. Sheldon to the left, toss play. This is Harris. Harris cuts it up inside, now back across, gets past 2 tacklers, a third, and he's into the end zone! Touchdown, Lumberjacks! Fans are on their feet. Holden gets the basketball.
Talk about a title preview here, folks.
Goes up with the left.
Oh my goodness, and they win it in the final seconds. Oh my goodness. Pointing out a battle.
Holden from the volleyball line. Yes!
Oh my!
Kevin Holden! 4-3, 53-47, minute 43 to go. And now your champions. They didn't get a chance to do it last year, Chris, but guarantee that this feeling makes up for it.
I can't even imagine. I just, it's hard to imagine, honestly, being in that position, seeing what was taken from them last season and coming back and just reclaiming that. It's awesome to see.
Check 1, 2. All right, I think I got some audio here finally. Apologies there, fans. Technical difficulties always rear their ugly head at the worst possible time imaginable, but at least we got them out of the way before tip-off. Nick Sisson here on behalf of N2 Media, saying very good evening to everyone. We are just about 5.5 minutes away from this Greater St. Helens League 2A boys basketball matchup featuring the visiting Hudson's Bay Eagles and the R.A. Long Lumberjacks. R.A. Long 15-1 overall on the season, 9-1 in league play. Good for first place currently if the season ended today, which it doesn't. So we still got a little ways to go. Hudson's Bay struggling to say the least, 1-14 overall of the season and 1-9 in league competition. However, with that being said, Hudson's Bay did manage to pick up their first league victory on the road against Hawkinson last week. They are coming off of a loss to Washougal 62-38. And R.A. Long coming off that big win against Columbia River 48-42. Their first taste of action since the biggest win of the season. And it looks like they stopped the game clock at 5 minutes and see what we got going on here for introductions. I think we're going to have the seniors honored and introduced here tonight for the cheer staff and for the players.
And welcome to Senior Night at the Lumberdome. Ladies and gentlemen, before we recognize the 5 outgoing Lumberjack seniors, we here at R.A. Long feel that all outgoing seniors should be recognized, regardless of what colored jersey they happen to be wearing. So at this time, let's have a warm R.A. Long welcome for the 2 Hudson's Bay Eagles seniors making their final appearance here at the historic Lumberdome. And they are number 22, Keldon Carney, and number 33, Michael Legg. The R.A. Long Athletic Department, Coach Key, and all the Lumberjacks wish you gentlemen success in whatever the future holds. Good luck, Eagles. And now, ladies and gentlemen, our 2025 Lumberjack seniors. Our first senior of the evening wears number 0, Riley Coleman. Riley is escorted by Krista and Scott Coleman. Riley played baseball his freshman year, varsity golf all 4 years, and basketball in this his senior year. After graduation, his plans are to play golf in college, but he hasn't decided which college he will tee it up for. Here's what Coach Key has to say about Riley. Riley is a first-year varsity letterman and also his first year playing high school basketball. Riley has a really good shot. He is a kid that comes to practice and works hard every single day and never has complained, not once. This has been my first season getting to know Riley, and I've enjoyed every second of coaching him. Thank you for joining the program, working hard, and being a great teammate. Can't wait to see what you'll do next. Ladies and gentlemen, Riley Coleman. Our second senior of the evening wears number 1 on his back, Peyton Phil. Escorted by Patrick and Akela Phil, Peyton has played tennis for 2 years, basketball for 4, and soccer for 4. After graduation, he plans to attend the University of Washington to study finance. Here's what Coach Key has to say about Peyton. Peyton is a 4-year varsity letterman and has played a huge role in our team's success over the years. Peyton has the highest basketball IQ of any player I've ever coached. He can do everything on the basketball court except for dunk. It has been an amazing journey to watch Peyton grow up since he was in 2nd grade playing ball. He has turned into a very good basketball player and a great leader. One day, I expect to see him on the sideline coaching. Thank you for all your hard work and dedication to this program. I can't wait to see what you'll do next. Ladies and gentlemen, Peyton Phil. Our third senior of the evening wears number 10, Robert Wilson. Escorted by Caitlin Coughlin and sister Alexis Coughlin. Robert has played basketball for 4 years, football for 3 years, and baseball for 4 years. After graduation, plans on going to WSU and get a degree in exercise science. Here's what Coach Key has to say about Robert. He is a 3-year varsity letterman. Every year, Robert has improved his game and his swag. Robert is probably one of the hardest workers I have ever coached. He is a guy that has a never quit mentality. He gives 1,000% every day. He is an amazing teammate. All the guys gravitate towards him. Thank you for all your hard work and making this program a better program than it was before you got here. Keep being you and never change. Robert Wilson. Our next senior wears number 11, Tremaine Jenkins. Escorted by Serena Jenkins, Selena Hoppy, and Michaela Jenkins. Trey's played football for 4 years, basketball for 4 years, and track for 2 years. Trey is also our current ASB president. Trey has committed to Linfield University to play football, as well as he plans on studying psychology. Here's what Coach Key has to say about Trey. He's a 4-year varsity letterman and a 3-year varsity starter. Trey has contributed to this program in so many different ways. He is the ultimate team player and one of the best leaders this program has ever had. He thinks he is everybody's dad. I am so proud of Trey and seeing the development in his character as a person. It only took a few groundings and making him stand in the corner for timeouts. I cannot wait to watch you at Linfield next year playing football. Thank you for being such an amazing young man. Love you, son. Tremaine Jenkins. And last but certainly not least, wearing number 14, Devin Harris. Devin's escorted by Jamon and Tiffany Harris and sister Treshay. He played football for 4 years, basketball for 4 years, and 1 year of track and field. After graduation, he plans to go to a trade school to become an electrician. Here's what Coach Key has to say about Devin. He's a 4-year varsity letterman. He is a kid that has got better and better every single year in our program. Devin comes to practice every day, ready to grind and compete. He is a scrapper. It has been a pleasure to coach him alongside his dad for the past 4 years. He's a kid that never talks back to the coaches. Oh, one's his dad. Only to his dad. That's what it says, only to his dad. Thank you for all your hard work, dedication, and leadership you have brought to our program. You are an amazing young man, and I can't wait to see what the future has in store for you. Ladies and gentlemen, Devin Harris. One more huge round of applause for the class of 2025 varsity basketball seniors. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have our final 5-minute warm-up, followed by tonight's national anthem and the starting lineups.
5 seniors on their way out for the R.A. Long Lumberjacks. Great words spoken there by Eric Elliott through the thoughts of Jeray Key. No doubt that a couple of these guys have seen a huge impact over the course of their 4-year tenure, most notably, of course, Trey Jenkins, Peyton Phil, Devin Harris. So we got roughly 4.5 minutes now until the start of introductions and national anthem. Thanks again for joining us. Nick Sisson on behalf of N2 Media Senior Night here at R.A. Long, the 15-1 R.A. Long Lumberjacks First place in the Greater St. Helens League at 9-1. Hudson's Bay 1-14 overall, 1-9 in league play. But again, on the heels of their first league victory last week against Hawkinson on the road. The big one going on here tonight is down in Hazeldell. Mark Morris Monarchs on the road, taking on Columbia River. Both teams mathematically well alive for a league championship. In fact, the easiest path of those teams is actually the Monarchs. If Mark Morris wins out, they will be your league champions. How, you ask? Well, they would split with R.A. Long. They would tie with R.A. Long presumably, but R.A. Long still has a tough one on the road against Ridgefield. But in an event of a tie between R.A. Long and Mark Morris in the league standings, if Mark Morris wins tonight, they will have 2 wins over the next best team in the Greater St. Helens League, the Columbia River Rapids, whereas R.A. Long only has the 1. That would be your tiebreaker in that scenario. And I know that you'd be saying, well, what if R.A. Long swept Ridgefield when Mark Morris lost to Ridgefield? They go off of the best win in the league. So whoever, it's basically like aggregate wins. But we'll talk more about that if it actually gets to that point. Still a lot of basketball to be played, even though there's just 4 games remaining in the league schedule for the Lumberjacks and the Eagles alike. But we'll be trying to provide updates throughout the night as we get them. Obviously, I don't want to shoo people away from watching the live stream, but I do believe that the Mark Morris Columbia River game is streaming currently on the NFHS network. You can also follow Will Denner, who's a reporter for the Columbian newspaper. That's Will Denner on Twitter or X, whatever you prefer to call it. But he is on the site tonight. I was saying more froth in the air, perhaps. Columbia River seems to be not too pleased with the officiating from the city of Longview. I know that the city of Longview would share the same sentiment when it comes to traveling to Clark County. Neither here nor there. Both road fan bases want more for themselves. We'll see how it goes here tonight. Just about a minute 15 now until we get to introductions, and the Jacks are going to head towards the bench, as do the Eagles. And Will Denner's got our first update here. Mark Morris on top, 9-6. Dalton Stevens with 6 points in the early going in that ball game. Keep in mind that the Monarchs beat Columbia River by 15 at home, minus Jaden Brooks. And he's healthy, so could have a even tougher Monarch team that River has to go up against here tonight.
Helens League boys basketball action, featuring the visiting Hudson's Bay Eagles and your R.A. Long Lumberjacks. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise? Gentlemen, remove your hats, caps, and hoods as we honor America and those who protect and defend her with tonight's national anthem. Lumberjacks recognize that judgment calls by coaches, officials, and themselves are made in good faith and should be respected. Spectators can support both of these teams by refraining from derogatory and demeaning comments and cheers this evening. We hope that you will enjoy tonight's action and support the student athletes from both teams in a positive and sportsmanlike manner. At this time, we would like to acknowledge our officials and thank them for their time and effort this evening. Without officials, tonight's game...
Kyle Brewer's got the first update, by the way, in the Facebook comment section on the live stream. Thank you, Kyle. 13 apiece between Columbia River and Mark Morse.
Please remember to stay positive tonight with your actions and words, and to always be an encouraging example for everyone around you to follow. Thank you from Orielon High School and the Greater St. Helens League. Before we get to our starting lineups, it's time to meet tonight's courtside attendance, sponsored by Right Line Equipment, the right tool for the job, and by Serpro of Longview Kelso, like it never even happened. Let's have a huge Lumberdome welcome for tonight's Junior Jacks. Keeping the floor clean and sweat-free, ladies and gentlemen, Axel Curtis and Parker Masters. And now let's meet the starting lineup for the visiting Hudson's Bay Eagles, as announced by head coach Anthony Holmes, Sr. At guard, a 6-foot junior wearing number 1, Jordan Bay. At guard, a 5'11" sophomore wearing number 3, Quinton Nickerson. At guard, a 6'1" junior wearing number 21, Jackson Novotny. At guard, a 6'1" senior wearing number 22, Caden Carney. And at forward, a 6'4" junior wearing number 24, Luke Hudson. And now, under the watchful eyes of the Lumberjack and Lumberjill statues in the corner, casting down their protective and fortuitous gaze over the surface of Joe Moses Court, in this, what the Seattle Times called one of the top 10 gymnasiums in the state of Washington, the jewel of 1939, your historic Lumberdome. I ask you, Lumberjack Nation, as you rise to your feet, don't you know what time it is? It's 7:26 p.m. and it's time to get a little bit jacked up. Here are the starting lineups for your, say it with me, R.A. Lumberjacks. At guard, a 5'9" senior wearing number 0, Riley Coleman. At guard, a 6-foot senior wearing number 1, co-captain Peyton Phil. At guard, a 5'11" senior wearing number 10, Robert Wilson. At forward, a 6'1" senior wearing number 11, co-captain Tremaine Jagan. And at guard, a 5'9" senior wearing number 14, Devin Harris. The Jacks are coached by the one only Mr. Dre.
Starting lineup for both teams. First for the Eagles, number 1, Jordan Bay, number 3, Quinton Nickerson, number 21, Jackson Novotny, number 22, Keldon Carney, and number 24, Luke Hudson. And an all-senior starting lineup here tonight for the Lumberjacks. Very nice gesture by head coach Jeray Key. Peyton Thill, Robert Wilson, Tremaine Jenkins, Devin Harris, and Riley Coleman. Your starting 5 for the Jacks here on senior night. Peyton Phil is going to sheepishly jump it up here. Checked over to the bench to make sure it was all good. He's going up against Luke Hossam, and Hossam wins the tip. Eagles control.
7:28, Eagle basketball.
Ball poked loose. Still comes away with the steal. Good defense on the opening possession. Bounce pass feed near block. Jenkins kicks it out to Harris. Harris looking far side, goes back near side wing with Jenkins. Jenkins now to Wilson. Wilson has Coleman curl around. Coleman bumped, goes down low. Jenkins feeds to Wilson, who cuts. Whistle. Traveling called on Wilson. Little full court pressure here. Jack starting to back off a little bit. Novotny backing it up to the logo. Looking to go right. Hands off Hossam. Drive inside, cut off, and a kick out. A three is up and no good. Long. Novotny is there with the offensive rebound, though. Hossam cutting. Harris trying to cut it off. Shot up, no good. Jenkins battling for the board. It's out of bounds. Last touch by the Eagles. Looks as if Hudson's Bay is going to be without the services of Jackson Appelt, one of the league's top scoring options. Phil drives, floats, little long, rebound to Hossam. Long pass up ahead, little too high and tough to handle. And the Jacks are going to sub in here. Maybe. Looks like not quite yet. Coach Key calls them back. They got to take off their warm-ups first. Phil goes to Jenkins. Harris hesitates, now pulls the trigger, short. Tapped, rebound goes to Wilson. Wilson hurries the shot, misses long. Novotny, outlet pass up ahead. Hossam catches, but he's underneath the basket and can't get it on the front side. It's out of bounds. Irwin, Crane, and Young check in for Coleman, Harris, and Wilson. 6:19 to go first quarter. Far side and the corner, feeding down low. Cut, Jenkins, find by Rhett Young. Jenkins missed, gets his own rebound, goes up, and he'll have to earn it at the free throw line.
Eagle foul number 24, Hossam, first personal.
Hossam called for the foul. It's the first personal and the first team foul. Good play design there by the Lumberjacks. Last update from Kyle Brewer, 18 apiece between Columbia River and Mark Morris in the second quarter. Jenkins' first free throw, line drive off the back iron. Second Jenkins freebie is swished home. 1-0 RA Long. Eagles lose the ball, and it's picked up in the backcourt by Jenkins. Irwin moves it up beyond half court to Phil. Phil finds Crane at the foul line. Jumper no good. Young taps, controlled underneath the basket, though, by Nickerson. Nickerson brings it up for the Eagles. Far side, Hossam faces up, still can put it down, and does. Now Bay with Crane on him, looking to drive left, underhand toss to Nickerson. A triple is up and short. Phil with the rebound. Jack's looking to run out. They find Crane up off the window, shielding off Bay. Crane with the first Lumberjacks field goal. 3-0 RA Long. Timeout, Eagles. It's going to be a 30-second timeout.
Timeout, Eagles.
So fans will step aside for a quick 30 seconds. Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of RA Long and Mark Morris High School on N2 Media. Call financial advisor Ryan Littlefield at 360-916-4650 or visit him at 911 11th Avenue in Longview for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC. Welcome back to the Lumberdome. 3-0 RA Long, 5:12 to go. Eagles possession after a timeout here. Jacks showing some pressure. They're going to go with the double team trap, and that would have been over and back, but Crane intercepts. Crane goes up and then kind of lost his footing on the way up, but was still able to muscle it up and in. 4 points for Crane, 5-0 Lumberjacks lead. Double team now in the near corner. Ball on the floor. Picked up by Crane momentarily, and now Phil comes behind for support. Finds Irwin. Irwin fakes out of the corner, drives, finds. Crane can't handle it. It's poked loose out of bounds from behind, and it's going to stay here with R.A. Long. Anthony Prosiak checking in for Quentin Nickerson. Phil to inbound. Goes to Irwin. Irwin, a corner triple, up and down. Groike! Irwin's probably been dreaming of that shot going down. Held scoreless in the 48-42 win against Columbia River. Nice find down low. Basket is good by Jackson Novotny, and the Eagles are on the board, 8-2 Lumberjacks. Running baseline, feed down low. Crane, too easy. Hudson working on Young. Kicks it out. Volleyball line territory here. Working with it is Carney. Carney goes back to Hudson, far side. A skip pass here to Bay. Bay puts it on the deck, hands off Novotny. Pump fakes on Crane. 21 on 21. Novotny just desperately throws it up and in. Wow. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. 10-5. Lumberjacks still with the advantage. Novotny with all 5 of the Eagles' points. Crane gets the feed, kicks it out. Zone defense now being played, a little 2-3 from the Eagles. Rotation goes to Phil. Phil goes to the block, far side. Young, reverse layup near side, gets all the way home and off the window. Young's first basket, 12-5 R.A. Long. Pass up ahead. Young steps out, cuts off the drive. A kick far side, a triple no good, and out of bounds. R.A. Long possession. Carney gave it a ride from the far side wing, and we're going to get a sub coming in here. It's going to be Michael Legg, number 33, checking in for Luke Hudson.
Into the ballgame. Replaces Hudson.
Phil finds Irwin. Crane open for 3. Too easy. Crane with 9 already. 15-5 R.A. Long. Double team, pass to half court, poked loose by Phil, but the Eagles recover. Novotny tries to feed a slip screen down low. Too hot to handle. Young comes away with it. Outlet up ahead. Phil to Irwin, back to Phil. Triple up and rolls off. Rebound Hudson's Bay. Leg looking to maybe hand off. Instead goes between the legs, fumbles it, still ends up getting to a teammate. That might have been a travel, no call. Pass off attempt, cut off by Irwin. Another Lumberjack steal. Outlet pushed up ahead. Beautiful feed. Jenkins gathers and goes up off the window. And we've got a 30-second timeout, R.A. Long. Exactly 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. 17-5 Lumberjacks. We'll take another 30-second timeout.
Denali Heating and Air Conditioning, your local family-owned HVAC contractor, providing heating and air conditioning service for all makes and models, serving Cowlitz, Lewis, and Clark counties. Call Denali today at 360-957-8389 for all your heating and cooling needs. Denali Heating and Air Conditioning, proudly sponsoring N2 Media Streaming.
Welcome back to the Lumberdome. After the 30-second timeout, it'll be Eagles basketball. Special night here for me at the Lumberdome as well. I've got the entire family out watching the ball game, which includes the youngest son who just turned 1, Preston Leonard Sisson. Leg underneath the basket, finds himself right underneath it, tries to adjust in air, misses it, and now ball loose on the floor. Irwin goes down to dig it out, but there's a foul on Hudson's Bay behind him. So I got the wife here and both kiddos. Baby Eleanor will be here in a few short weeks. Double team in the corner, Jacks pass out. Crane stays home on the baseline though. Skips it far side. Newsom entering the game after the timeout. Lobs it in down low. Young left it short, and now it's poked loose, and it's going to be off of Young. Good lob there by Newsom. And Rhett had a pretty good spot there to go up off the window. Just left it a little short. Pass lobbed up far side. A 3-step back, no good. Rebound to Irwin. Jacks push near side. Newsom up ahead to Crane. Crane finds the trailer. Irwin. Crikey!
Irwin for 2. Crane with the assist.
Credit Josh Crane with the dime. Carney feeds it. Prosiak looking to work. Fader inside the paint, long. Rookledge rebounds. Rookledge with his fancy pink shoes there now has it, and he traveled.
Traveling violation, Eagle basketball.
River leading Mark Morris 35-29 at the half. Thank you to Steve Payton in the live stream comment section on Facebook for that update. 44.5 seconds to go here in the first. Jacks by 14. Low dribble and a kick ball, I believe, is going to be called against R.A. Long.
Kicked basketball. Fresh shot clock. Eagle basketball.
It's going to be Eagles basketball. 33.7 now to go here in the first. Lob inside, deflected by Irwin, stolen by Irwin. Irwin leads the charge across half court. Goes to the corner, feed down low. Young goes up immediately, rolls off, but Young is there. Gets the offensive board and put back. 4 for Young. And we got a foul on the far sideline.
Lumberjack foul number 23, Irwin.
It's going to be on Irwin. It's his first and the first Lumberjacks team foul. 15.1 to go first quarter. Long pass gets into leg, working on Young. Prosiak dead with the basketball, tries to skip past Newsom, steals. 4 on the clock, Newsom sprints, fouled on the way up, and he'll end the line with 3.1 left in the first.
Eagle foul number 22, Carney. First personal, 13 foul. Newsom to the line for the
Cam Newsom at the free throw line, looking for his first point of the ball game. And converts.
Jenkins back in the ballgame for the Jacks. Replaces Young.
It's always funny when a single fan screams during a free throw. I find that more effective than an entire crowd because you're expecting everybody to do it, but Newsom unfazed. Just hit the 2 biggest free throws of the season against Columbia River. This one might not count if it goes, but that is going to do it at the end of the first quarter. 23-5. R.A. Long with the advantage. 9 points for Josh Crane in the first. We're going to take another timeout, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Located in downtown Longview on Commerce is one of my favorite local restaurants, the Country Folks Deli, otherwise known simply as the Cow Deli. With plenty of seating in the front and back, the Country Folks Deli is family owned and operated, serving up some of the best soups, sandwiches, and much more. They feature a special soup every day they are open, and every day they have their delicious beer cheese soup with homemade croutons. Be sure to save room for one of their delicious homemade desserts. I went with the chicken cordon bleu, and it was amazing. The Country Folks Deli, open Monday through Saturday from 10 to 4 at 1329 Commerce in Longview. Country Folks Deli, proudly sponsoring Lumberjacks basketball.
Welcome back to the Lumberdome here, ladies and gentlemen. 23-5 start of the second quarter. It'll be RA Long basketball. Josh Crane with 9 leading the way for the Lumberjacks, and then Landon Irwin with 5. Rhett Young with 4. Trey Jenkins with 3, and Cam Newsom with a deuce. All 5 going to Jackson Novotny for the Eagles in that opening quarter. Newsom gets the inbound. Newsom still with it. Now goes Jenkins. Jenkins looking to feed down low, does to Crane. Crane hit from behind, and now a foul on the floor.
Eagle foul number 3, Nickerson. First personal, first team foul of the quarter.
Newsom to inbound. Goes far block. Nice play called there. Easy basket for the Crocodile Hunter. Crikey. Feed to the far block, deflected. Outlet far side from Jenkins, finds Newsom, a triple in transition, no good. Jenkins out jumps everybody, gets an offensive rebound. Irwin gets the edge, kicks. Rookledge's 3, no. Crane is going to be called for a foul over the back on the rebound.
Lumberjack foul number 21, Crane. First personal, first team foul of the quarter.
Player falls down, ball in the hands of Newsom. Another turnover forced by the Jacks. Rookledge up and under there. Little double clutch off the window. Rookledge and his fancy shoes with 2 points now. The drippy kicks. Pass down low and another pass to the low post near side. Maybe not expected by Prosiak. Robert Wilson subbing in here for Josh Crane.
Replaces Crane.
27-5, RA Long. Newsom walking it up. Now looks to sprint and turn the corner on the defender. Might have been bumped, shot no good, gets his own rebound, and he's going to head to the line anyway after a putback attempt.
Eagle foul number 3, Nickerson.
It's going to be on Quentin Nickerson. That is his second personal. And already the second Hudson's Bay team foul with 6:36 to go here in the second quarter. Newsom's first free throw is good. Newsom has hit 7 free throws in a row going back to that game against Columbia River. I hate to say it, but you know what happens when the announcer always points out some type of a streak on the air. But Newsom doesn't believe in such superstition. 4 points now after another pair of free throws converted. Defense tight in the backcourt. Novotny spinning off of it, though, gets it across for the Eagles. Skip pass from one corner to another. Shot up no good, and it's going to be off the back of an Eagle. Peyton Thill is going to check into the ball game for Landon Irwin. 6:15 to go here before halftime. Wilson faces up, moves it. Rookledge now swinged to the corner. Jenkins gets a feed, goes up, left-hand shot, no good. Hawsome right there next to him, and the Eagles wrestle away the rebound. Left-hand pass towards half court, and the recovery not so great there for Hudson's Bay as the pass is thrown into the stands. There's a souvenir for a lucky fan.
Replaces Swainer.
.546 left here in the second. Newsom. Now the Jacks move it far side. Rookledge and his shoes from long range. 5 for the Rook. 32-5. Novotny needs to put it on the deck, being closely guarded. Finds a slip screen down low, shot no good though. Jenkins triple team down low. Lot of numbers up ahead. Newsom finds Wilson. Wilson hesitates, kicks it out. A three by Newsom, long. Rookledge grabs the rebound though. Newsom crosses over, goes to the corner. Wilson, no. Rookledge taps, can't bring it in. Long pass up ahead. Gets home for the Eagles. A drive down low, shot thrown up, no good. Rebound, though, not corralled. Hudson goes up into contact. He's fouled and will head to the line. Jenkins tried to get up there to block that shot, just unable to get high enough to accomplish it.
First personal, second team foul of the quarter. Hudson to the line.
So Luke Hudson at the free throw line, looking for his first points of the ball game. Somebody other than Jackson Novotny for the Eagles. He's got all 5 so far. And the first is off the mark for Hudson, and Devin Harris and Rhett Young will check back into the game for R.A. Long. Jenkins and Newsom will sit down. And the second free throw also off the mark by Hudson. Ball poked loose from behind, though, by Prosiak. Jacks do end up keeping possession with Rookledge, and now we've got double dribble called against Jeff.
Eagle basketball.
Tough shot, no good, airballed from Bay. Long outlet up ahead to Harris. Harris up off the window, scores. Awesome. Devin Harris enters the score sheet. 34-5, R.A. Long. Be nice to see all the seniors enter the score sheet tonight. Hesitation dribble, backdoor cut. Bay into the land of the Giants, kicks it out far side. Novotny off the dribble. He's got all 7. 34-7. Far block, Young just backs down, right hand hook shot, no good. Phil, offensive rebound, muscles it up, no good. Taps it up, no good. Tapped out of bounds. Last touch by Peyton. Crane checking back into the game, and we'll get Jeff Rookledge. 3:35 to go before half. Lazy pass up ahead, poked loose by Wilson. Lob backside here to Crane from Phil. Crane now in double figures with 11.
Phil with the assist.
And that pass behind its intended target again to the same fan. He holds up 2 fingers and says that's twice. At what point do I get to keep this?
Irwin back in the ball game for the Jacks.
36-7. Harris will bring it up for the Jacks. Harris now with it, looking down low, goes to the top of the circle. Phil, an open 3 on the way. No. Crane rebound.
Timeout, Lumberjacks.
And head coach Jerry Key wants to call a timeout, and it's going to be a full charge timeout. 2:51 to go here in the first half. We're going to take another timeout, fans. We'll be back here in just a little bit.
Ecological Land Services provides efficient, cost-effective solutions for environmental permitting and land management. With 30 years of experience in the Pacific Northwest, they help developers, agencies, and landowners navigate complex environmental regulations. From wetland and stream assessments to habit restoration and mitigation bank development, ELS delivers accurate, timely services designed to bring your vision to life. For example, if you're planning a new construction project near wetlands or streams, ELS can help by assessing the impact on the environment, securing the necessary permits, and ensuring your project meets all environmental regulations, all while saving you time and money. Ecological Land Services, delivering smart, reliable solutions. Visit www.eco-land.com to learn more. Ecological Land Services, proudly sponsoring N2 Media Streaming.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Lumberdome. 36-7 with 2:51 to go. Head coach Jure Key calling a full timeout after an offensive rebound was corralled by Crane. Always coaching hard no matter what the circumstances are. Signs of a great coach. Young for three. No good. Gets his own rebound. Gallops in and scores off the window. 38-7. Pass fired in, intercepted by Phil. Out in front goes Crane, and Crane misses the layup. Novotny hustling back on defense. Novotny for three. Yeah. All 10 for Jackson Novotny. Crane, jump pass to the corner. Irwin to answer, does not get it, and it's going to be a foul on R.A. Long. It's going to go against Rhett Young. Minute 58 to go here before halftime. Well, Jackson Novotny is single-handedly doing what he can to keep the Eagles within respectability. Obviously without their top scorer in Jackson Appelt. Player falls down and hurts himself. Jacks are going to get a bucket here, and we're going to get an injury timeout. Unfortunate to see. Harris ends up converting. He's got 4, but an ankle rolled up on here, and the Eagles coaching staff is out, and that is Jackson Novotny. So we'll see how good of a tape job maybe they can come up with, but he's not going to put any weight on it heading to the bench. So an injury timeout. We're going to go ahead and get back to action right now.
Awesome back in the ballgame for the Eagles.
Camden says Raleigh drew that play up for Young in the huddle. The three from the top of the circle and then miss, get your own rebound and score. Yeah, it's a quality look right there. Drop step spin, cut off by Irwin. A kick to Bay. Bay's 3, no good. Harris gets in there and gets the rebound. You love to see it. Jenkins for 3, no. Follows his own shot, charges into leg. Outlet not needed as a full head of steam is gathered by Jordan Bay. And finally somebody other than the surname Novotny with a bucket for the Eagles. 40-12. Jenkins guarded by leg, one hand pass out just outside of the frame there. Phil backing, Irwin, second time I've confused those two. Irwin gets around Bay and scores. Crikey! 30-point advantage here for the Jacks. Drive, cut off, tough shot, hand in his face by Crane. Nickerson unable to connect. Phil, extra pass near side, Crane from 3, and Josh has just been playing great here in the second half of the schedule. He's got 14 after the 3, shot clock off, but the Jacks can still create turnovers like the best of them. No stranger to getting points late, and a foul is going to be called on Crane trying to get that steal. It's going to be a side out with 8.8 left in the half.
Lumberjack foul number 21, Crane. Second personal, 4th team foul of the quarter.
Nickerson gets the inbound, 6 on the clock. Calling for a screen. Phil comes up, steals it. Here we go, 1 on the clock. Crane goes up, it's not gonna count. No, I can't do it. It didn't count. 45-12.
Eagles 12.
that was one of those situations where the layup, might have been the better route to go. But either way, it's still good for the highlights if you mute the sound and you delete the scoreboard. 45-12, are along with the lead at the break. So fans, we got a score update from Camden. Mark Morris 36, River 35 with 5 to go in the third quarter. You love to see it. We're going to take a timeout here again, fans, and we're going to come back with the totals here for the first half and get you started with the third quarter. So don't go anywhere. We will be back.
And a slice of pizza to the winner.
Welcome back to the Lumberdome here, ladies and gentlemen. Just under 2 minutes until the start of the third quarter. First, let's talk about this ball game and the scoring leaders for both teams. It's really easy for Hudson's Bay. Jackson Novotny with 10 and Jordan Bay with 2. Novotny suffering an ankle tweak near the end of the first half. Let's see if he's going to be able to still play. It looks like he's out there in warm-ups right now and looking to jog it off, and I do believe that he will be back in this ball game as he's at center court right now in your picture. For R.A. Long, a lot more diverse in terms of scoring. Joshua Crane with 14 to lead the way. Landon Irwin with 9. Rhett Young with 6. Jeff Rookledge with 5. Cam Newsom with 4. Devin Harris with 4. And Trey Jenkins with 3. Score update from Vancouver. Hazel Dell, that is. River on top at the end of the third, 47-40 over Mark Morris, closing that quarter strong.
We begin quarter number 3. Your score
45-12 here, and it's going to be the Eagles basketball to start the quarter. And Novotny inbounds it. So he is available here in the second half. Drive by Hossam, a kick out attempt to the corner, deflected and stolen by Crane. Jack's looking to push. Now they're going to settle outside. Phil backs it out near half court, looking to set up the offense. Moves it back near side, a feed down low, an immediate kick out. Irwin wide open for 3, short. Phil taps it, Crane tracks it. Phil and Crane both near it, but can't come up with it. And that one through the 5-hole, wickets. Out of bounds. That's a cricket reference. Crowd chanting, we want Robert. Young misses the left-hand hook shot. Snags an offensive rebound, though. Jenkins for 3. No. Jenkins hustles down his own rebound. Lobs it in down low. Rhett catches and scores. Jenkins may not have hit the shot, but it was a big reason why it was converted. The assist to Trey. Drive. Crane backs off a little bit. In that space almost allowed points to score. Crane a run out and scores. 16 now for Crane. 49-12. Nearing running clock territory in this one. And that's when things are going to get interesting. And we've got a timeout called by Hudson's Bay. It'll be a 30-second timeout. Fans, as you often do, I know that you do because I share the links all the time, but make sure you visit Blast Zone Media after the ball game and after every other for score reports, updates, game stories, and so much more. The Blast Zone, Southwest Washington, Northwest Oregon. Unlimited access for just 8 measly doll hairs a month. Start a free 7-day trial at blastzonemedia.com. Back to action here. After the 30-second timeout, it'll be Eagles basketball. And they're going to go into the backcourt here. And there is a denial and a steal. Jenkins goes up, count the bucket and one. Jenkins just full head of steam downhill.
First team foul of the quarter. Jenkins to the line, shooting the and one.
Jenkins rattles home the freebie. 6 now in the game. And we are now at running clock territory. 52-12. Jack's in full command here. Lazy pass could have been stolen, but Jenkins didn't have his head around on that one. Bounce pass feed down low. Hudson muscles it up and in. Counted and one.
Hudson for 2 and the foul.
Luke Hudson with his first basket. And the Eagles have a chance to answer the old-fashioned three-point play with one of their own.
Foul of the quarter. Hudson to the line, shooting 1.
Hudson's free throw rolls off. Young with the board. Python Phil will bring it up. I want to say something real quick here to interrupt the action. I'm not missing too much here. But Peyton Phil came out to our Kelso Youth Basketball Tournament game on Sunday as Young goes up off the window. Sat at the bench with yours truly here. And, you know, I got to tell you, the kids were really surprised to see, you know, a real-life high school varsity basketball player in their corner as we got a 3 launched up. And I think that Python touched this one, and it's going to stay with the Eagles. But, you know, you want to talk about a kid that's got an amazing future. Peyton Phil is right at the top of the list, you know, very humble. One of the coolest things that I've seen, you know, a high school athlete do. Kevin Holden, you know, would do stuff just like that as well and come out to youth basketball games, baseball games, and got a shot by leg, forced up, no good. Irwin with the rebound. So give a shout out to Peyton Phil and his parents, Patrick and Akela. They've raised him right, and I'm really excited to see what the future holds for Peyton. Irwin cuts, crikey.
Lyndon Irwin for 2.
I wish just we would have played better for Peyton because it was our last game of the tournament and the kids were about done for. 56-14, Jacks on top. Novotny creates some space. That shot no good. Jenkins bats it out of bounds, nearly off the official's noggin. Got to watch out for the fire. Inbound goes to Bay, and Bay puts it on the deck, working against Thill. Young comes over for support, alters the shot. Leg rebounds it, blocked from behind by Irwin. Irwin comes away with it and tucks it away. Thill will bring it up. 4 minutes to go here in the third. I don't know if they know that the clock should be running the remainder of the game or not, but either way, it's running at the moment because it's supposed to. Crane comes open. Gets out of the corner, baseline drive, swings it here near side. Irwin out of the corner, goes to Crane, who occupies Irwin's spot. Irwin tucks the ball away, wraparound pass from behind. Backdoor cutter is Trey Jenkins. 6 now for Jenkins. Crikey with the dime. Drive left, shot blocked in the air by Crane. Phil looking up, makes a long pass up ahead to Jenkins. Jenkins finds Crane trailing. A triple on the way, no good. Young goes up, no good on the putback. Jenkins, third time's a charm. 8 now for Trey. Timeout, it's a 30, and it's going to be for substitutions for R.A. Long. 60-14, things have escalated quickly. This is the part of the game for some that makes things a little interesting. 3:13 left. Cam Newsom is going to check in with Robert Wilson and Devin Harris and Jeff Rookledge. Peyton Phil will remain out there in the lineup for the Jacks. Eagles basketball. That Mark Morris River game's got to be nearing the 3 or 4 minute mark to go. Prosiak brings it up. Now Bay fires a pass to Novotny at the foul line. Still with a dribble, kicks it out. Rotated to Bay. Bay off the dribble into the paint. Nice little jump stop hit there by Jordan Bay. He's got 4. Harris, a 3 on the way. No good. Leg with the rebound for the Eagles. Jack's playing a little zone defense here. Newsom steps in, steals, gathers, lays it in. Cam Newsom now with 6.
Number 2 for 2.
62-16. Pass to the foul line. Fader by Novotny. Bounces off. Leg rebound. Throws it up and in. Michael Legg with his first basket. Far side Newsom gets it back out up top. Jacks reset. Phil goes back to Harris. Harris dumps it down low. Wilson goes up and scores. You love to see it. Another senior. First basket. And a senior, Devin Harris, with the dime. 64-18. A three up and on the way, no good. Novotny, though, comes away with the offensive rebound, spins off of Harris, throws it up, misses, throws up another, misses, throws up another, misses. Gathers another rebound, though. Feed down low. Prosiak finishes with the left. Rookledge gets the inbound near side.
Prosiak for two.
Newsom. Hands off Wilson. Wilson, ball fake, puts it on the deck. Leg tries to reach in and poke it loose. Now Phil with it. Phil off the dribble, gets by Leg, Euros and scores. That's the first basket of the game for the senior, Peyton Phil. So all they got to do now is get Riley Coleman back into the game, and then every senior will have scored on the evening. Bounce pass to Leg. Leg trying to get underneath, drops a pass to Novotny too hard. Phil comes away with the steal. Newsom far side, fires a hard pass up ahead. Wilson can't handle it, but then saves it. Rookledge up and off the window. Fancy shoes put him in the right spot. 68-20. Skip pass far side. Bay with a three on the way. Airballed. Phil gets the rebound. 15 on the clock. The Eagles not getting back on defense. Harris throws it up, no good. Gets the rebound, goes up off the window, no good. Rookledge battling, and it's off of him, out of bounds. And the clock will run out here. 68-20 at the end of the third quarter. Jacks outscore the Eagles 23-8 in the period. Final 8 minutes upon us. Looks like the cheerleaders have got a quick routine here for everyone. The Monarchs have come all the way back and tied it up 58 apiece with 2:12 left in the ball game. Could be an update after that. There is. Mark Morris leads 61-60 with 1:08 to go in the ball game down in Hazel Dell. Ooh. Tight contest. So it's a 48-point lead here for RA Long, and they'll start with the basketball. Harris, Newsom, Rookledge, Wilson, and Phil out there for the Jacks. I see Prosiak, Hossam, Nickerson, and 15 I don't have on the roster. I know the Eagles are without some players as a missed shot is grabbed by the Eagles. And then Keldon Carney also out there. This is one of the players that I don't have on the roster, and of course he comes up and hits a big one. His first basket, number 15 for Hudson's Bay. Head fake, drive, Phil has it roll off. Offensive rebound, Newsom. Newsom throws it up out of control, and Phil snags it. Newsom now drives, has the ball low, poked loose. Rookledge, though, muscles it up and in. 9 now for the Rook. Still holding at the 48-point mark here for R.A. Long. Bounce pass feed, stolen, 3-on-2 break. Newsom leads it, pulls up for three off the drive. No good. Outlet up ahead, all alone under the basket. Newsom flies in, nearly blocks it, but Hossam converts. Newsom gets it to Phil. A three by Rookledge, short. Newsom taps it out of bounds.
Out of bounds, Eagle basketball.
And they stop the clock. Not supposed to do that. Anthony Herrera set to check in for R.A. Long at the next dead ball. And the crowd's still calling for defense here. Feed inside. Now near side from about 14 feet. Ball driven and now on the court, tied up. Harris with his hands on it, and the Eagles will maintain possession. And Anthony Herrera checking in for Jeff Rookledge. One on the shot clock. Eagles are going to look for something quick. Hossam gets it up, short. Offensive rebound, put back, Prosiak, no good. Phil grabs the rebound. Prosiak all on him. Herrera throws up a triple, no good. Hossam grabs the rebound. Feed here. A three up by Carney and down. His first bucket of the game. Long outlet up ahead, out of bounds. Deflected by Hudson's Bay. Jenkins will enter the game for Newsom. Eagles got it down to 43 here. Jenkins now rotates it. Phil, a three. No. Rebound Hossam. Carney, another triple from the same spot, airball. Hossam throws it off of Harris.
Out of bounds,
Eagles will maintain possession. 11 seconds left, and the Rapids and Monarchs are tied up. Thank you, Kyle. Thank you, Camden, for the updates. Ball thrown away. Wilson back to Jenkins. Jenkins leaves it for Herrera, no good. Jenkins, offensive rebound. Herrera trying to get into the scoring tonight. Wilson for three, short. Harris snags the rebound. A short jumper, no good. Jenkins, offensive rebound, put back. 10 now for Jenkins. Pass stolen away by Phil. Out in front, Herrera. Herrera jump stop, reverse near side, shot no good. He's going to head to the line for two. Herrera, just a freshman. Swishes home the first. A lot of players entering the scoring column here tonight. Rhett Young checking back into the game. Subs in for Peyton Thill. Herrera connects on the second as well. In the paint, shot up, no good. Leg, offensive rebound. Put back, partially tipped and blocked. Rebound, R.A. Long. Harris with it now near side. Moves it back towards the middle. Goes up, finger roll, no good. Jenkins comes in with another offensive rebound. Wilson, another triple! Wilson now with 5 to lead up to 50. And again, the Black Mob calling for defense. Young steps up and gives it to him. Herrera is, someone's called for a foul here. Herrera was just backing up, trying to get out of the way. It's going to go on him? I don't know.
First team foul of the quarter. Rookledge back in the ballgame for the Jacks.
Overtime coming between River and Mark Morris. I just want to say my pregame prediction that I messaged somebody, I had River with 64. So, I mean, that's pretty good. But still overtime. I won't tell you the other part of it. 3 up, no good. Another air ball by Kearney, and it's out of bounds.
Out of bounds. Lumberjack basketball.
Jacks push it up ahead quickly. Rookledge has it spin out somehow, but Wilson gets the rebound. Herrera open for 3. No. Rebound, Kearney. Drive inside, step through. Shot up off the window and down for Kearney.
Kearney for 2.
77-29. Wilson, another 3 up. This one's no good. Young tries to corral it, can't do it. Outlet up ahead. Pass dropped off. Wilson is the only one there and intercepts. 4-on-2 break for the Jacks. Wilson drives, dimes. Rookledge, reverse layup off the window. 11 now for Rookledge.
Wilson with the assist.
Robert Wilson with the dime. 1:05 to go. Kearney backing it out. Hand off, leg, hands off. That could have been double dribble, but no, leg gets inside, looking to back down on Young. Throws it up, no good, but he'll head to the line. Big free throws coming here for Michael Legg.
Lumberjack foul number 14, Harris. First personal, second team foul of the quarter. Leg to the line for the Eagles. Shooting 2.
So Legg, who has 2 points in the game, steps up here for the free throws with 33.9 left in the game. Misses the first. Second free throw. Legg with a long look in. Hits. Wilson, a 3. Robert Wilson. 82-30, a big shot for sub. Kearney dribbles it out, puts it on the deck. Shot up, no good, foul called, free throws coming.
Lumberjack foul number 14, Harris. Second personal.
Wilson with 8 after the triple.
Kearney to the line for the Eagles. Shooting 2.
So Kearney at the line. Hits the first. Keldon Kearney with 6. And now the Lumberjacks break out the I Believe chant when they're up by 51. Free throw no good. Young tracks it down, and that's going to do it. The R.A. Long Lumberjacks win on senior night, 82-31 over the Eagles of Hudson's Bay, and the Jacks remain in first place, 16-1 overall, 10-1 in league play.
Drive home safely.
Closest quarter of the game. R.A. Long outscores the Eagles 14-11 in the final 8 minutes of action. Robert Wilson is the people's player of the game. Yeah, huge shot down the stretch there for Robert. 82-31. A plethora of Lumberjacks scoring here tonight. Let's go over the numbers here. Crane with 16 leading the way for the Jacks. Irwin and Rookledge each with 11. Jenkins with 10. The people's champ Robert Wilson with 8. Rhett Young with 10, back up there. Newsom with 6. Harris with 6. Phil with 2. Herrera with 2. Only player that played and did not score was Riley Coleman. But a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different Jacks score the basketball. 68-68 in overtime between River and Mark Morris currently going on. That's probably the main reason to stay on the air right now, because that's a big game for both of those teams. RA Long, though, doesn't really need to pay attention to that, to be completely honest with you. You know, all they got to do is win the remainder of their games, and they're league champions. They don't need help from anybody. So, same can be said for Mark Morris. Obviously, time will tell. We still have that. Jacks are going to be back in action coming up on Friday at Woodland. Another game on paper that says that they should win the game handedly. And then they got to get ready for 2 tough ones. At Ridgefield and then home here against the Mark Morris Monarchs in round number 2 of the Civil War. But again, it doesn't matter what happens between Columbia River and Mark Morris and either of those teams for the remainder of the season except for that head-to-head game with the Monarchs. 10 different players score the basketball here tonight. I'm going to just name the player of the game as all the seniors. Peyton Thill, Trey Jenkins, Robert Wilson, Devin Harris, and Riley Coleman. Your starting lineup for tonight in the Jacks' 82-31 win by 51 over the Eagles. Again, 16-1 now are the Lumberjacks, 10-1 in league play. The Eagles dropped to 1-15 overall and 1-10 in league competition. Pretty similar result compared to game number 1 between these teams down in Hudson's Bay. RA Long won that one 79-26, a 53-point win there, and 51 here at home. And, I mean, obviously, if they wanted to keep all of their guys out there late, it could have gotten uglier, but no need to do that. It was just a great gesture tonight to see Coach Key start all of his seniors. It's not the first time, won't be the last time that that's happened. In fact, he did it against I believe Mark Morris in a Civil War game as well. So, very cool to see. My son just hit a 3-pointer. Wow. I should have probably panned the camera over. So, fans, tomorrow night we're going to be right back here. Haven't talked about it yet, so I'll talk about it now. We're going to be right back here at the Lumberdome. It's going to be RA Long, the girls, the Jills, hosting the Woodland Beavers. The not-so first place, still first place Woodland Beavers, if that makes sense. After Mark Morris knocked off Columbia River last night, the Beavers and the Rapids are locked up at the top of the standings, tied for first, and they still have a head-to-head matchup with one another. But first, Woodland can't overlook the Lumberjills. They'll be here to take them on 7 o'clock tomorrow night. And there's people watching the River Mark Morris game right around the scorer's table. So people are paying attention to it, and we might get an update here in the next couple minutes to see what the final might look like in that game. Again, in overtime, 68-68, last reported score here. But we're going to go ahead and turn our focus away from that because, again, it doesn't really matter. RA Long wins this one here, spectacular fashion, 82-31. And tomorrow night again here at 7 o'clock for Woodland and RA Long girls basketball, and that will conclude the live stream coverage for the week. And we'll be back at it next week with 3 games in 3 nights. Starting next Wednesday, it'll be RA Long at Ridgefield boys. And then day after that will be the girls' Civil War between RA Long and Mark Morris. And then the boys on the 7th of February here at the Lumberdome. 70-70 with 5.9 left in the game, says Kyle Brewer. Ooh, they're fixing to play a long one tonight down in Hazel Dell. This game started after and finished before. Not very often you say that, but that's going to wrap things up for me here. Again, 10 different Lumberjacks score here tonight. Players of the game, the senior lineup, as RA Long wins it 82-31 over Hudson's Bay. Back at it tomorrow night, folks. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you tomorrow night for RA Long hosting Woodland and girls basketball. Nick Sisson on behalf of RA Long and Hudson's Bay Athletics saying so long for tonight.